So you might want to become self-employed, do what you really want to do something that you're really passionate about in terms of your career and your job, and have more freedom to choose when you want to work, how much you want to earn, have more of a bigger opportunity to earn more. Maybe you have no business skills, no experience with self-employment, but you know deep down that it's something that you want and you have no idea how to get there. Well, the reason I'm making this video is because this was me 5 years ago, and I'm going to share with you the lessons that I learned along my journey to get into where I am now, where I have multiple sources of income. I'm going to share with you lessons that I have learned along the way so that you can fast track your journey to becoming self-employed. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a ceremony that I like to do. I do this all the time, and it's a really good ceremony to clear money blocks. So make sure you watch till the end to do that little ceremony. So 5 years ago, I was feeling the same way that you are. I had a deep knowing that I wanted to be self-employed and that I wanted to work for myself. I was working in London in a corporate job, and I realised how much I was feeling drained and I just wasn't living my best life. I knew that there was something out there that was more aligned for me, something that was going to be more fulfilling. And when I was working at this job, I knew that this wasn't it. And I had this little inkling that I wanted to be self-employed for a while. I'd also only ever worked for someone else, so the thought of becoming self-employed felt impossible to me. I remember sitting on the train one day and just thinking, how is this ever going to happen? If I knew what I knew now, I would have been a lot less stressed, let me tell you that. So one day I actually came into work and I decided that I was going to quit. There's a whole nother story to this, which I do have on my other videos, but for now I'm just going to keep it short and sweet for the purpose of this video to tell you my experience. But I quit my job and I went, well, as soon as I got home, I started to research ways to make money because I had saved up some money. I was paying my rent with my savings, and I decided that I wasn't going to get another job and I was going to just find a way to make my own money. And I ended up starting a doggy daycare business, and I would walk people's dogs and look after their dogs, like the local people in my area. I was doing that to make some money, and I really learned a lot from doing that. And since then, I have had an art business, I've had a graphic design business, I have earned money from video editing, I've also started a cleaning business and a spiritual business. So I've got quite a lot of experience with starting different businesses, offering different services, and there are some really important lessons that I have learned along the way. So the first lesson that I want to speak about is to just start something. Just start something. Wherever your intuition is leading you, whatever it is that you feel like, okay, this is something that I could do. I started a doggy daycare business because I love dogs. I was missing my dogs at the time because they were living with my parents, and I decided that was going to be the right thing for me. And I learned so much about just speaking with clients and signing clients up and things like that. So I learned so much. And I pretty soon on realised that it wasn't something that I was going to want to do forever. And I think this is the importance of starting something, is because when you start things, you learn so much about yourself. And I learned so much about what I did want in a business, what I didn't like about the business. And then the next business I started was my art business, and quickly again realized that maybe the way it was going, I was doing like portraits for people at the time and I wasn't enjoying doing portraits, so I started doing graphic design. And what I realized from really just starting things is that everything's always evolving, and the quicker you can just begin your journey with becoming self-employed, if you haven't yet, just choose something and start really small and take one little step at a time. You don't need to be the best salesperson, be the best at marketing, be the best at whatever it is that you're doing. But if you can just start something, then you're going to learn so much. Lesson number 2, when it comes to being of service to others, whether that is from literally having a service that you're providing or giving someone a product, what you're doing is you're filling someone's needs. So whatever need that someone else has, you want to have the skills to be able to fill that need. And this is where, really getting to know ourselves and what we are naturally kind of not good at, because we do get better at things from practicing, but what we're naturally drawn to, or things that are in harmony with our nature. For example, with my cleaning business, I have grown up in a family of women that just love to clean. They have given me so many tips and it's rubbed off on me a lot. So I'm able to do really well with cleaning. It's something that I also just love to do, and I know that I'm good at it. It's something that I can trust myself to do well. And also along the way, I have taught myself so many skills, which has made me more valuable in terms of the services that I can provide and what I can offer to help people. So as I mentioned before, I also have had a graphic design business before and made money from graphic design, and for a while, for a couple of years, I was really doing a lot of courses to increase my graphic design skills, and so this was a way that I was able to make money. So investing in yourself, investing in courses, I'm always taking courses, always investing in my skills, for whether it's communication skills, or I'm doing a meditation teacher training course at the moment as well, which is another skill that I've got under my belt for when I need to offer my services with my spiritual business. Lesson number 3. This is a big one, guys. So when it comes to who you are speaking to about your business, who you're speaking to about the decisions that you are making, be so careful and discerning of who you are taking your advice from. This is something that I have learned a few times from different situations, and more recently it has been something that I've been practicing even more, and I think it comes with self-trust and really developing your self-esteem, because when you realize that sometimes we might be asking advice from people that are in our lives that haven't actually got the experience or the knowledge themselves to give us the advice that we need, and sometimes that can actually hold us back. I'm going to give you an example. So I used to go to my parents a lot for business advice and for advice on pretty much anything. Like anytime I had a client text me or a decision that I needed to make in my business, I used to ask my parents, because they are self-employed, and so I always thought that I should ask them, and I always wanted to talk to them about it. I've stopped doing this because what I've realized now is that I actually trust myself to make better decisions for me and my business, and this has worked out for me so much. Recently I had a client that wanted to basically offer me some work, and she said to me straight up, this is the price. She basically set the price in the beginning, and I thought about it and I was like, this isn't actually enough for me. I want to charge more than this. And I thought about it for a while, and I had my parents' voice in my head, and the voice was saying just take it, you don't want to risk it, just take it for what money it is. And I knew in my gut, in my deep down, that I was of more value than what the woman was offering to me. And so I decided I was going to tell her that, and tell her how much I needed to make this work for both of us, because it's important that when we are providing a service for someone, that the money that is being given to us is reflected in the value that we are giving. And this comes with a lot of working on myself, working on my self-esteem, and really trusting myself. And guys, you have no idea, when I went and did what I would usually not do and communicate to that client what I needed, she said yes, and she was more than happy to pay the amount that I had asked for, and I felt so good. I felt like I had unlocked a new version of myself, this confidence of I can, of course I'm worth this amount. And it's funny because I think if I had gone to my parents and asked them what I should have done, they probably would have, well, what I think is that they would have told me, and I haven't even told them about this situation still to this day. And I feel like I used to literally tell them everything, and this is one thing that I have learned. Similarly, sometimes people will try and give you advice and they are maybe further behind than you, or in what you're trying to do, or maybe they've never even tried to do what you're trying to do and they think that they know better. I'm very careful around listening to advice from people that just are not in the place that I want to be in life. And sometimes it's that I don't want advice. Sometimes I think it's really good to take advice sometimes and listen to things, but just being discerning of whether this advice is coming from someone that you really trust to bring you to the levels that you want to be brought to. Another thing with taking advice is that you've got to remember as well that a lot of our society has blocks around money. And I'm talking spiritually. We have this ancestral financial block that gets passed down through generations. And maybe in some families, this isn't there. And maybe the blocks are around other things, that we can have blocks in all areas of our lives. And if you're in a lineage, if you've come from a lineage that has a lot of financial energy blocks, then this can be passed down to you. And the people that are in your family that have got these blocks will be giving you advice from that energy. So you have to be really careful on who you're sharing your goals with and who you're getting advice from. Lesson number 4 is to start to shift your mindset so that you see everything as a lesson and not a mistake, but a lesson. You're going to go through so many things on your journey with self-employment, just starting different businesses. I've learned so much about myself. For me, I really value having fun and enjoying my job, and also having a sense of freedom, and knowing what your values are is really important. And understanding that when you go through this journey, there's always going to be ups and downs, but those difficult, challenging moments are going to teach you, and they also take you to the next level of your development. So remember that when you are going through a challenge or you made a mistake, it's okay. Remind yourself that that is completely normal. Everyone that is on this journey has gone through this hundreds and hundreds of times, and this is just part of the process, and it means that you're on the right path because you're learning and you're improving. So I don't beat myself up about things that I maybe have done that are a mistake, or maybe that I haven't quite succeeded at yet, because this is going to be happening along the journey, and this is just teaching me what I need to know for the future and what I need to know for the next step, basically. Lesson number 5 is so important, and this will just, not for one, help you to enjoy your journey so much more, but also make clearer, more high quality decisions for yourself and your business. This is to take one little tiny step at a time. So when it comes to your business, you want to make sure that you are staying as present as you can with every little thing that you're doing. And I'm going to give you an example. So just this morning when I came to start my YouTube video, I had no idea what I was going to make a YouTube video on. And what I do when that happens is I tune in and I listen to the guidance that is coming through for me. I notice that I will get one message of guidance that comes through, and I just follow the steps. That's literally all I have to do. And once I get into that state where I'm like, okay, this is actually what people would say is the flow state, is when you're really present with the work that you're currently doing. I do this when I'm cleaning as well, and I do this with everything that I do, whether it's an art piece. I take one step at a time. What's the one thing that I can do? And this is so cool how this can be transferred over to literally all of life, is because when you take one step at a time, everything is being revealed to you in the moment. Before you know it, you'll have a project completed, or you'll have a website built. Whatever your intuition is telling you is the next step to take. Take one step at a time. Don't get attached to the outcome whilst you're doing the project that you're working on. I'll give you an example as well of this. Is like when I'm doing art, if I am not focused on the art, fully focused, giving the art my complete consciousness, I can fall into this art piece needs to be good, and then I am not enjoying the work anymore, and it actually ends up coming out a lot worse, because there is not some like fluidity to the art that would be there if I had just taken one brush stroke and really enjoyed the feeling of that brush stroke and allowed it to flow. And the same thing happens when I'm working on different things in whatever it is that I'm working on. So really tuning into the moment. And of course, I talk about this all the time on my channel, is meditation is going to help you with this. And I am more than happy to help you with meditation if that's what you want. I do have other videos that have guided meditations. So if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely let me know in the comments below and check it out. Are you enjoying this video, guys, so far? If you are, let me know in the comments, and also give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it and if you're getting any value from this video. And of course, Subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. So for the next part of video, we're going to move on to this money block ceremony, which I'm going to be guiding you through. I do recommend to get some headphones for this if you can, so that you can really focus and try and find a place where you're not going to be distracted. And you can also light a candle as well. That's going to help you to just open up the space of the ceremony, and you can do this as many times as you want. I often do this once a week and maybe more. Sometimes I do these little visualizations in my morning meditation, my morning practice. So do this as much as you want. I also want to say that this ceremony is inspired by a meditation by Till Swan, and I'm going to just basically take you through a meditation that is going to be in my own words but inspired by her one. I absolutely love it. As soon as I started doing this, I started attracting more money into my life, so it really works for me. Let me know in the comments if it does work for you. Welcome to this ceremony for clearing financial blocks and welcoming financial abundance. Find a comfortable space. You can either sit down or lie down, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And make sure that your back is relatively straight. As you close down your eyes, bring your attention to your breath. Breathing in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Allowing your breath to fall out. Noticing the air traveling through your nostrils. And as you continue to breathe in and out, allow your breath to slightly deepen. Not forcing, but just allowing it to feel slightly deeper than usual. And as you continue to breathe, notice where your breath travels to in your body. Does it go all the way to your belly, or maybe just travels into your chest? Just noticing. And if you can, as you continue to breathe, allow your breath to go deeper, all the way into your belly, into your lower back. And allow your breath to slow down, really feeling your body relax as you let go of every exhale. And now, as you continue to breathe, allow the visualization of money to come into your mind's eye. Whatever form of money that most relates to you, it could be physical money, digital money, maybe checks or notes or coins. Maybe it's pounds, euros, dollars, or yen. Whatever currency most resonates with you. And as you visualize this money, taking a deep breath in, allowing the money to draw closer into your body. And every time you exhale, visualize this money accumulating and watch the pile of money growing stronger and bigger. And now inhale all the money into your body, feeling it fill up every crevice, every space in your body. And as you continue to breathe this money deeper and deeper into your energy field, notice if you feel any resistance to the accumulation of money in your body. And if you do notice any resistance, just let your attention be drawn into the area where this tension might be, and give yourself compassion, give the area, the resistance, compassion, not trying to change it or judge it. And now continue to breathe in the money, feeling it fill up your whole body. And now you are overflowing with money. Feel how it feels to be overflowing with this financial abundance. And now, as you continue to breathe and notice the money overflowing out of your body, you may have noticed or had the thought that something needs to be done with this money and we need to choose somewhere to put it. So whatever you want to use this money for, visualize putting it into one place or multiple places. Maybe you want to put it into a bank account. Maybe you want to invest in some cryptocurrency, or maybe you want to invest in stocks or shares, or maybe you want to buy a house or buy some furniture to decorate your house. Or maybe you want to use this money for a relationship. Or maybe you want to use this money to help others in a way that you have wanted to help. Whatever feels right for you in this moment, just visualize using this money. And I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to just continue to visualize using this money and putting it into places. And now bringing your attention back to the breath, noticing your inhale traveling in through your nostrils, letting go of your breath with a sigh, noticing how you feel in the body. And now we're going to take a few more deep breaths just before this meditation comes to a close. Taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, allowing any tension to be released. And now, as we bring this meditation to a close, you might want to start to invite some movement into your fingers, your toes, maybe your neck. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And now notice the room, notice how you feel now compared to the beginning of the ceremony. And please do let me know how you got on with this meditation. I'm really curious to know. And let me know if you have any successful stories moving forwards with your life, with any financial abundance manifestations. But for now, I will see you in the next video. Peace, namaste, have a good day, beautiful human.